Let me start with you, Harry, and talk a bit about, you think about the world broadly, you take clients all over and look at various emerging markets. When you look towards Brazil, what are the advances that you see, and then also what are some of the barriers that come out to you or you point out to your clients?
And you want a short answer?
I want a short answer to that.
You just want to make sure.
The bullet point.
Okay. Well, I would say, as Professor Fischel has said, I would bet on Brazil. And I would bet on Brazil having gone back a couple of decades ago, because I think the successes in terms of economic policy making through dealing with the hyperinflation several decades ago and the enormous growth that has taken place, I think speaks a lot to the credit of the Brazilian entrepreneurs, the Brazilian government, civil society, and the like. That doesn't mean, of course, that, like in every market, emerging markets in particular, the business cycle is dead. And so it's not surprising that we might see changes in output in places like Brazil as compared to places like China and India, Russia, the other BRICS, South Africa. All of them go through these cycles. I think when you think about Brazil from the broadest scheme as part of the emerging markets, which is what I do, and you look at the rate of gross domestic product or GDP growth in real terms over the last 2 decades, the rate of growth on average among emerging markets has been twice as fast as real GDP growth among the advanced countries. So there's a real structural change in the world economy, of which Brazil is very much at the forefront. The barriers that are faced today in terms of overconsumption, insufficient investment in investment, frankly, the culture of dealing with discretionary behavior, which is a polite way of talking about corruption. These are all problems that emerging markets face. And I would say that a large geography like Brazil has huge upside potential. It's going through a soft period at this point. But I think, as we'll discuss, there are ways and policies and reforms that are needed to help Brazil regain its rightful strength.